distortion of the fabric of space and time around one black hole also exists for the other black hole. So you have black holes entering each other's event horizons. So I opened up that thesis. I didn't understand a single page in it. And fuck your ass.
I've already botched that.
What?
I said hello too early. Welcome. It's just us two again. Hope you're all doing well. Hope it's been a splendid weekend that you've just had. Or week, depending on when this comes out.
Yeah. Whatever.
Hope you've had a pleasant time. But we're back. In your ears. You love it. Let's get on with the show.
Take
Burst
the
my
reins.
cyst.
What?
Burst my cyst. Playing
Fuck.
basketball.
You're playing basketball, you burnt your cyst.
Yeah. I fucking ran into some guy blocking, just like putting up a guard.
Yeah.
Just ran into him, bounced the fuck off him. And then put my hand down, just went...
And did it hurt?
Yeah. It was sore as fuck.
But how much did it hurt?
A bit. Quite a bit. It was only for like, I don't know, 5-10 minutes, but...
What the fuck is loud? Sorry. 5-10 minutes.
Mm.
And you were resisting the cat method this whole time. Dr. Cat method. Which is what I told you to do.
I'm not getting a fucking book and smacking it.
It's the
I'd
right
rather
way
do
to
it something like that. But when I looked at it, it was just like fucking definitely popped, because instead of it just being a hump, the hump went like down to there.
It still hurt?
A tiny bit if I go back like that.
And what, your other one's gone to?
Well, that one I got drained.
So you're set, mate.
Mm.
All ready to go.
Just gotta
ready
wait a couple of days till the pain goes away, mate.
Yeah.
I'll be
Rock and
eating on my bra.
I swear my voice is... You speak now?
Hello.
Speak again?
Yeah. It's your boy.
It's like my voice is louder though, which I don't like that. Anyway, whatever.
Just playing with the fucking dials.
I'll talk over you like what I did at the start then.
Hmm?
I was just like, I'll let you take... No, I was like, you take the... And then you're like, I burst my cyst. I'm like, fuck, I should have just waited like that extra half second for you to actually just start talking.
Yeah.
It's
50-50. Like.
Yeah. It's hard.
Yeah, so how'd you go in your wrestling? You feel like you did well?
Yeah. It was only a tiny match. It was, I think, 4 of us. So
you competed in your weight
4
class.
of us who competed in my weight class and the 18 to 20-year-olds. It was pretty...
That guy who came fourth.
What?
That guy who came fourth.
Oh, it was bad. I raped him.
Yeah?
Oh, he got fucked. His soul got crushed.
Was he new or?
I've seen him there a couple times, and he was at like state last year. And he beat me. He beat me in state last year. I think he had like 4th in state or 5th or something. Wrestling isn't a big sport in Australia, so it doesn't mean anything, guys. But
He's just being humble.
seniors, last time I went, there was a bunch of us. There was about like 10 or 12 competitors in this, and that was good. And then, but I thought there were more in juniors, so I went in juniors this time, and there were only 4 of us. But there were like no seniors there this time, so like no one showed up to the event this time, which is a bit devo. Because I wanted to sort of compete with my age division, which probably I'll go in seniors again next time. But I came 3rd out of 4 people. It's not, yeah. But the guy who came 2nd, I versed him the last time and I beat him. So there's an argument there that I could have beat him. But the guy who beat me was wearing an Australian singlet, and he was good. He controlled me well with his guard and his wrist control, and he held me in good positions because he was shorter than me. He sort of restricted me from getting under his legs, because that's how I wrestle. I could shoot for the legs, and like once I get your legs, I pretty much got ya. And he just did a really good job at controlling my neck, knowing exactly what I was going to do. And every time I did something, he countered me. He stepped off me. He was good. So next time, I know how to come at him. Yeah, but it was fun.
Good. Yeah. What's the... I need to know. How big was Whittaker?
Just an average big man. Like, he's not mammoth.
Obviously not mammoth.
Just a big boy. Yeah, like you wouldn't fuck with him. He's a front row.
Front row.
Yeah, you can see him as a front row. Like, he's running front row, second row. Like, he'd take your head off. And he's got a scary face. That's what it is. That's what makes up a lot of him. And that's why he doesn't have to be too... He doesn't have to look scary because he just is scary. His demeanor, the way he holds himself, he's just like a wolf, bro. He just... I caught eyes with him. He probably... Like, he wouldn't know that he caught eyes with me, but because it's Whitaker, I notice it more. But, you notice, like, you walk in a shopping center, you catch eyes with everyone. But I caught eyes with him just, like, across the thing. Like, I glanced and I saw him. And I was like, boy, that's fucking a killer. That's, like, looking at me. Like, every time I saw him, like, that man could just fucking kill everyone. That's how I feel about it. Like, his kid was at the gates with me. I had to get past his kid. And I'm like... And I walk up to his kid, I'm like, hey man, how you going? And I like smile at his kid, and then his kid goes, ah! And like squeezes the thing just as kids do. And I just walk past and I was like, ha ha ha, laughed. And I'm like, in the back of my head, I'm like, I'm waiting for a king hit from Whitaker just to come fuck. What'd you say to my kid, bro? I was waiting for him to just come and attack me, but nah.
Yeah.
It was good though. I just got to keep competing. I want to go, because Matt is going to go in some jiu-jitsu tournaments in August. So I'm going to go in there with him, just jump in there with some white belts, get strangle a couple kids. It's just jiu-jitsu scares me because I've been seeing a lot of videos of like the Brazilians that just don't tap. You hear about this, bro? Brazilians don't tap to leg locks because they feel like they're an inferior submission, so they don't tap. They say it's not a real submission. They tap to rear nakeds before they go out, but they'll let someone twist their ankle around the other way. They just won't tap. Or rip their ligaments off their knees. They just won't tap. And they just get up and they just keep going.
I don't get people like that, eh?
Brazilians, like just hardcore traditional jiu-jitsu fighters are fucked, bro. Like,
I can understand going until like it's about to snap and then going, but to just go snap it, I don't care.
Yeah, and think about that in a fight, right? You get this guy, fucking heel hook, snaps, and then the guy's just like, now what, cunt? He's just like there with a broken like leg. He's all fucked, but he's fine. He's still attacking you. You've done all you can with that move. You've legit finished him. But in jiu-jitsu, a finish isn't a finish until the guy surrenders, you know? And if you don't surrender, you'll never lose. So like that's why the rear naked's like the only real one. Because cunts just snap their arms and shit. Like, it's so... There's no desire for me. I'll tap early and I'll tap quickly. Like, if you've got me, you've got me. I'm not going to be the guy who's going to be, like, bouncing around with his arm in a fucking fully locked out arm bar trying to fucking swivel. You're just asking for your shit to get ripped.
I will try.
Yeah, but when someone's... Competition-wise, when someone's cranking it, it's not like they just grab it. They fucking... Bro, it's just,
if I feel someone get the fucking crank, like, straight away, obviously I would tap.
Yeah.
Like, if I was to feel someone, like, if they've got a good grip on me, like, sure, fair enough. But I whenever, like, we'll muck around, I will go, even if I'm getting, like, choked out. Like, Chris will squeeze my neck, and I will be about to die, but I won't show it. So he's just like, oh, all right.
But that's different for a choke to an armbar.
I know.
An armbar, you can do so much damage. Like, I just think, like, longevity-wise... Is it really worth winning like that match potentially with a broken arm, or getting so much better over the 8 months where you'll have an actual healthy arm, you know, rather than breaking it, rebuilding it, doing physio, and then having a potentially weak arm forever? Like, what's the point?
The one thing that scares me the most,
What?
Which is like not that bad, but a broken fucking nose. Like, you see people like they'll go down like that and someone will chuck a leg kick and it just lands straight on their face. Like, I saw one today.
Yeah.
And he looked up. It was like when they were announcing the winner. They went up to the guy's face and it's just like smacked right back in. And then like a tiny little split, like the bones are ready to come out.
Yeah.
And then back to normal.
That'd be good for you though, because you get your fucking passageways cleaned out. You should probably break your nose on purpose and just get it fixed, cunt.
I could just get it fixed. I don't have to break my fucking nose.
It's cooler if you get it broken.
It's cooler. What am I going to do? Jump on a pogo stick?
You plan on being punched in the face a couple times, maybe kicked in the face a couple times. Just let it happen and then just get it fixed.
No.
You need your nose for martial arts though. Like, if you're going to be fighting, you need your nose. You can't be breathing out your mouth. That's how you get slept.
Yeah.
So maybe invest, bro. I wonder how much does that cost? Do you know?
I don't fucking
Pro-
know.
probably
I
haven't
could look
looked
it up like right now.
Yeah.
Actually,
Let me snag.
that would be a good thing to do. Do you know the term for like? Is it like a surgery? You know.
Yeah, so got nasal passageway cleaning surgery price. Sour Patch Kids, bro. Yeah, the TikTok fucking did well the first like thing. That's what they do. That's what TikTok does for you, bro. They show your first couple of videos to a bunch of people, so you get hooked with putting them up there. They're smart. They're really smart. Like our first lot of videos got like 1,000 views, and then the second lot got 300. So they seriously cut it. But consistency will bring it back up again, I bet.
Hopefully. Fuck.
Found it?
I'm trying to connect on my fucking Wi-Fi. Actually,
Search it on your phone.
while I'm connecting it, I've got the laptop here. More professional. Price of nose and sinus surgery.
I want to experiment with a podcast of rambling. Do you think you could do it? Yeah, just by yourself.
That's what I was thinking, eh? Like if you were to go away for a week or two or something, or if you were to die, or no. But
just wait, it'll happen.
I don't know. I feel like when was it? I don't know. A week or two ago. When I was like, I don't want to say it because it just sounds like I'm attention seeking. But when I was depressed, like as I was coming out of it, I had the biggest urge to just get on like Instagram, record a video, and just do what I do, like whenever you fuck off, which is I just go, how's everybody going? Like I was just gonna like do a checkup. I was gonna be like, if no one, I don't really care if like what you think of me or what you know about me or how you take this video, or whatnot, but how are you going? Like I feel that people need to be checked up on a lot more, and I was gonna say if you feel like you need to express something, feel free to message me. But if you're not comfortable messaging me, message someone you're comfortable with talking to, or even talk to them. You need to be heard. You need to express how you feel. Otherwise, you're just going to be in your head, and it's only going to lead to worse shit.
Stagnant.
Yeah. So I was like on the urge of like doing that for 2 days, and I just.
That's a good thought, bro.
I didn't do it. I might do it like down the track, but.
I can challenge you to do it now.
Well, you could, but I'm doing it right now, I guess.
Yeah, true.
Like.
That is a good PSA, though. Yeah. It is true.
What's the price? Okay. Yeah, man. Like
nothing.
You know when you click on, it's like the price of that shit, and it just has like paragraph on paragraph of all the fucking prerequisites.
We can
like
just
that.
say about 8, and then
2,000 to 7,000.
Are you willing to spend that much?
No.
Yeah, no.
Maybe later down the track when I've got some money behind me, but
get like life insurance, and then be a professional fighter, and then get it covered by insurance when you get a broken nose.
Could do that.
Yeah, bro. Would you?
What's it called? Sinoplasty?
Rhinoplasty?
No, it's with an S.
Oh, I don't know.
Typically costs around $20,000.
What's that?
I think it's like, it's got to be a type of nose surgery. Oh, fucking, who gives a fuck?
Yeah. Shh, go on.
Another thing.
Oh, you got in notes, bro. Fuck yeah.
Fucking Vsauce fucked me up again today.
What do you do?
He was talking about this, what's it called? I think it's called a sea squirt. Dirty-minded fucks. Fucking, sea squirt.
Maybe that's your dirty mind.
No,
projecting
definitely everyone who heard that has testosterone flowing through their fucking balls.
I thought of like a
And
sea
ovaries.
cucumber that like squirts.
You're completely wrong.
What's
It's not
a
a
sea
sea
squirt?
cucumber. It's like this little fucking thing,
Yeah.
right? And when it's I don't want to say born, but when it's like created, it's like a tadpole. So it's kind of like us in that way. Like it resembles like a sperm kind of.
Okay.
But what it does is it floats around until it sticks to something, and when it sticks to something, it'll start to like eat itself, all the way down until it's like starts to eat its brain,
Why?
just because it does. And then he said, the evolution of the brain was spawned by the need to move. That's why, like, because he was talking about
Oh yeah, and it doesn't. Yeah. I've seen this, and it doesn't need to move, so it consumes itself.
yeah, so it's just stagnant. So it's just like
I may as well
starts
consume
eating
my brain.
away. Yeah.
So there is serious. You could like in a reductionist view of it, you could say humans that are sedentary stagnate in their minds. Their minds go to shit because they're not moving because
Well, that's
they're
what
not
he said.
using
He was
their
like,
mind.
it's proof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we evolve from this shit. If that thing consumes itself because it goes still, it must be like there must be a correlation.
That's why you need to fucking talk.
What?
That's why you need to talk.
What do you mean? I thought you meant
Otherwise,
like
you're just
move.
going to keep eating away at your own. Like,
You mean speak? Yeah.
talk, speak, same shit.
No, I think you meant like talk as in what you were talking about before, like talk to your friends and fucking communicate like your feelings and shit.
Otherwise, you're going to be eating away at your own, at yourself. Like.
Yeah, there's double meaning to it.
But I just thought that was a weird fact.
Yeah, it is weird.
Like being so stagnant that you just like that a thing starts eating itself.
Yeah.
What a fucking what a life. You created, swim, stick to something, then you just start eating yourself.
And then what? You just sit there for like what's? It just goes to show there's like no point of anything when there's nothing. Like, why? What's the point of that thing existing if it's just gonna like have the ability to do everything then do nothing? That sucks.
Like, is that one of the first? Because you know how you always wank around with the fucking. How does a rock just go from being a rock to life?
Yeah, but if
That's
you
gotta
don't
be like-
understand what we were talking about, it doesn't make any fucking sense. But yeah, like how did life like
Begin.
an organism think to do something? Yeah.
That's got to be like one of the first kind of things of life.
You think
Something
so?
that
That seems pretty complex for a brain to form, then to digest itself. That's
well, it doesn't know what it's doing.
yeah. How does it not know what it's doing though? If it has a brain, it sort of knows it's
Well,
got
it sticks to something and then it just starts eating away at itself just to survive.
Imagine if we, like, finally bought the first house, sat down in our chair, and started consuming ourselves. We didn't know what the fuck was happening. Like, oh my fucking god! You just couldn't move. Like, humans just don't realize this. You get old and you get wheeled into your nursing home. You sit down in that chair that's been destined for you to sit in it, and then you just consume, bro. That's how you die. You get consumed by yourself because your body knows it's time to go, so it consumes its own brain to make itself live longer. Who the fuck knows?
Who the fuck knows?
I was saying something. What were we saying before? You were saying,
Nasal surgery.
yeah, fucking rock to life, right? So just then you sparked a thought. You know, we're saying, how does life happen when you have? How does something go from not moving and not having any desire to do anything to life all of a sudden being a microorganism, like a single cell organism, then multiplying and eating other things and consuming other things and attacking things, and then it grows, and then like you could see that as in like that's intelligence. It's doing something to get something. But I feel like we look at that because we look at it through the lens of life, of what we call it life, you know. But we could say the same thing about protons and neutrons and all the like elements in the periodic table. They have relationships between each other. So like an electron will be shed from a fucking molecule because of this and this. And if you look at it and you put the life scale to that, you could say, oh, the fucking molecule loses its arm, which is the electron. You know, like it still abides by a series of relationships to plus and minus things that we call life, but we call that the laws of physics. You know, we just put different names on it, but we really don't understand the mechanisms behind it. Like, why does an electron strip? Like, why the fuck does the electron move in the first place? Why is the electron spinning? Why does the neutron and the protons and shit stick together? And then you could say, we don't understand why it does that, but why does the single cell organism desire to multiply? Why does it desire to consume energy? You could draw the same conclusions to both of those things. They could be the same answer, but we just think life is smarter than the relationship of molecules, you know? So it could be the basis of that. I don't know, there could be no reason to life. It's just like complex molecules, you know? Which is what we are. When you think about it, we're a bunch of complex compounds put together into this. And what do? We multiply, just like a single cell organism, and we kill and we get killed. And just like a molecule will accumulate fucking particles and shed particles and move around and get hotter and colder and move in energy and shit, like, it's all, there's this relationship between all of these like mechanisms of movement and desire. Like, for the life of me, I could not begin to understand. Well, maybe I could if someone told me, but I cannot even fathom understanding why a molecule, besides like a magnetic difference of, you know, like a magnetic field, but I don't understand why an electron exists to fucking spin around a fucking atom, and why certain molecules stick together, and why, what are they called, quarks? Or
I think I know what you're talking about.
yeah, like the inside like the atoms. Like, why the fuck why do they follow the rules that they do? It's a question that's been asked forever, and we're never gonna fucking answer until we get AI integrated into our fucking head, and then we'll figure it out.
Hopefully, maybe. Yeah. I'm not sure if like some questions I feel like are always going to be left unanswered, even if we have like all this super technology. Like, no one really, even if you get AI and it's like, what's the meaning of life? That thing's just going to give you like a basic answer, like
we already know
reproduce.
I feel like we already know what the meaning of life is, but we're just so ignorant. It's to live.
Yeah, it's just because everyone knows that. Everyone knows it's to, like, that's why we're here. We're just a thing that's been created and is now living. It's just that everyone's not satisfied with that answer and hopes that there's a greater meaning behind life.
Yeah, well, think about, like, if God really created the world and there's a heaven, what is the purpose of life that God put us on this planet to do? It's to live. Basically, it's to live. And he wants us to live, particularly in a good way, to go to heaven.
Yeah, through his eyes.
But the fucking bullshit of heaven and hell is, so you want us to live for fucking 80 years to determine eternity? Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, man.
Go fuck yourself. Doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's not appealing odds. Like,
no. How about eternity to decide 80 years?
Yeah.
I don't
How
know.
about like eternity in like my lavish place filled with gold streets, fucking, and all that shit.
What
All
does
the
gold
shit
mean in heaven? It means fucking nothing.
Means nothing. Or how about eternity in fucking hell?
Why? Because
those are your options.
Why? Because I was born in Bangladesh and I didn't know what Christianity was, but apparently I'm going to hell.
Yeah.
I had a dream last night that I fucking went insane. It
Really?
freaked me out.
You gonna elaborate or?
Well, I was with my dad and I was in like a Japanese house. And
What, doing work?
What? No. Just
Okay.
I was like on holidays or something. Like, that's how I would try to understand it. And we're in like with like the bamboo mats and the bamboo walls and shit. And I was sitting there with like my legs crossed. And I was sitting there with my dad, and he's just like sitting with me. We're like talking or something. And then I feel myself like losing my mind, like it was. bro, you don't understand how real this felt in my dream. Like, it's fucking shook me. And I was sitting there and I was talking to him, and then all of a sudden I felt myself going. I'm like, oh fuck, I'm losing my mind. I need to act fast. I need to like put in a system in place to manage this, right? So it felt like everything just going, bro. And I was gonna explain to my dad what's happening. It's alright. I'll be alright. Then I didn't have time, and I remember seeing like the yin yang, bro. I'm just fucking in and out of my vision, bro. Like as everything was fucking saw yin and yang, bro. And I went like this. I just put my hands like this. I just went like this. And I just sat there, just losing my fucking mind. And I was just like, oh my God. And I remember it was like I was meditating, just hanging on, just sitting there, just hanging on. And I saw myself I knew I was inside my mind, but I still knew what was going on around me in like a very disorientated, disassociated way. Like I felt myself in the car, then in the hospital, then I came to, and then I was sitting there and I'm just like, oh, what the fuck? Like that was crazy. And then I just got told I was schizophrenic, and I was just like it upset me. I was like, what the fuck? Why? I'm not schizophrenic. I'm fine. It was just a little moment. I just lost my mind. And they're like, no, you're schizophrenic for the rest of your life. I'm going to put you on a whole bunch of drugs because you're mentally ill now. And I was just like, it upset me because I was just like, nah, like I felt like I did it on purpose. Like I felt like I led myself down this road to lose my mind. And then it's just like, I fucking fucked up, but it was in the pursuit of trying, like, because I've been reading a lot of I've been reading a lot of well, not reading, but like watching a lot of videos and listening to a lot of psychologists, and they have come close to losing their minds. And I'm just like, it's been just in my head, like thinking about like what that means. And the way they did that was they would go down these paths of thought, and they would almost lose their mind and go into psychosis. And that's sort of like in my dream, I felt like that's what I did. And then because it happened and I got like dragged into the institution of a hospital, I was forever known as like a clown and just a fucking failure, and like I had to live with that for the rest of my life. Because think about it, if I go schizophrenic and I have a schizophrenic episode and I break, everyone now knows you as the guy who was schizophrenic. Yeah. So then, and I was watching a video about a guy talking about schizophrenia today, and he says the biggest deal with people that deal with schizophrenia, the hallucinations and shit are a problem, but he said like the bigger problem is you can't connect with anyone, because as soon as you talk to them, they say, "Oh, hi, broken person, hello." Like they don't connect with you because they're afraid. They're like, just take the drugs and stay stable. They don't trust you immediately. No one lets you in. So they get isolated by everyone.
I feel like that's a great mind to explore.
Yeah.
The mind of a schizophrenic.
Mental, bro.
Hallucinating, like sober.
Yeah.
And seeing all that shit. Like, just what they think. Like,
scary shit, bro. Like,
Joe Rogan had a guest on, and his guest like had a cousin with schizophrenia or something like that, or an uncle. And he said that like when he was talking to him, that when he went into his house, because he lived by himself, I'm pretty sure, like he had all the fucking wall windows like nailed shut, and he was like, every night like my love comes in through the windows or something like that, and so were like a bunch of doctors like trying to pin him down. And the guy was like, so how's like the nails with the fucking windows going? He's like, it's not working.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but like there was like a funny story. Like, you got to watch the podcast for it to be in context. But yeah,
you always wonder. What they say is, what they hypothesize what's happening in the brain is like the left side of your brain takes control, which is just like the imagination side, and it's witnessing the world. So when you're in a hospital and there's all the nurses there, your left side of your brain can't recognize faces, so you project your imagination into the faces, so it creates faces that fulfill your delusions. Shit. So it'll be like CIA agents and shit like that. You'll recognize their faces because you'll see them in like your world following you, and then you'll be at the hospital and they'll be in a suit, and you'll be like, the CIA's here, they're following me. Like you legit, like imagine losing yourself that much. You legitimately see Agent X with a clipboard taking care of you when you fucking had a delusion, and you're meant to trust the people who are the guys trying to trick you, telling you that you're not, that you're schizophrenic, and you're like, nah, man, they're trying to fucking get me. I'm sure of it. I have a bunch of shit I need to tell because obviously there's something that they want from me. I'm trying to figure out what I need to tell people. Like, losing yourself that deep in a delusion is my biggest fear, bro.
Yeah.
It's scarier than death itself.
Fuck that. Fuck getting to that point. Well, I had a dream last night.
What?
I had a dream last night as well.
What'd you dream?
I had a dream that I was playing footy, and the only person that I can really recall that was there was Truman.
Truman was playing footy. Okay, let's keep that in mind. That might have come true.
No, but it was like a whole. It wasn't like a fucking ANZ stadium kind of thing, but it was almost like I don't know, kind of the small stadiums when a team plays at their home game kind of thing.
Like Leichhardt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know, but we were playing like 4th grade or whatever. I don't know. It was like a real low grade that we were playing.
For what team?
Don't know.
Okay.
All I remember, I think it was like blue jerseys.
Yeah.
That's really all I can remember. But all I remember, we were like having a yarn.
Yeah.
Like, we were just all fucking around. But the crowd was like, eh.
How good would that be? Get all the boys together, play like a footy team. That'd be sick.
It was the most random dream because I'm like, oh, Truman. What the fuck? Like, out of anyone, Truman.
Yeah, no. I had another one as well. Like the night before, I was in like, it was like a fever dream, bro.
Fever?
It was like a fever dream. You know, like they're really weird. I was like on an island listening to music, and we're listening to a whole bunch of music. Then all of a sudden, this song, I remember the name of the song. It was called, fuck, now that I forget it. It was called...
Have you got it on your phone?
No, it's not a real song. So I wrote it down, but I forgot the name of it. But I remember it's not even it's not even real, but it was a blues song. And it just started, I was like, yeah. And then I knew the words to it, bro. I started going, like singing along with it. And then everyone was like, oh, like they were getting G'd up. And then Jacob was there, bro. And I started dancing with Jacob, and we're going like nuts, bro. And there's like a sun there, and there's like a whole bunch of rays going around us, and we're just fucking swinging around on like a beach, bro. And there's like fucking yellow and orange like streaks going around us. We're like swinging around, like it's like a wrestle but a dance at the same time. We're like in each other's faces singing this song, and I was just like, what the fuck? He's get up for work. I'm like, how the fuck do I?
How do you go on with your day when it's like, oh, I was partying in fucking where? And
it's like, how do I function?
It's like, 5:30 in the morning, got to go to work.
It was called Sunny something. Sunny Golden. That's what it was called. It's called Sunny Golden. The song Sunny Golden came up, and there was a picture. It was like a black guy singing it, and the picture was like a sun smiling, bro. And the sun was smiling in the sun, and me and Jacob were just like dancing, going, yeah! Like dancing this blues song, bro. It was ridiculous.
Oh.
Sunny Golden. So when that song comes out, get hyped. Let me double check it's not a song.
I was about to say, I was going to look that up.
Yeah, legit. Sunny Golden.
We have some... Did we get any questions?
No, it's not a song, and no, we didn't get any questions.
Fuck.
No one wants to answer the questions, man. It's fine, though.
I'm a bit devo about that.
Oh.
Sorry.
Have to come straight from the heart, bro. What?
Seeing if the boys were like trying to get me to answer them, but they weren't. Let's come around.
My ears, seriously, I'm gonna take these off. I got cauliflower ears now. It's all fucked. This top side, I need to get it drained. Ugh.
They look disgusting.
It's like it's the pressure. I couldn't sleep on my right side for a while, and it just sucked.
When did you get that one? Like when you were wrestling on the weekend?
No,
or?
it was like last Tuesday or the week or the Thursday beforehand. Yeah.
Down bad.
It's like you think it's gonna be cool, and then you're just like, yeah, fucking rather not have my ears all fucked. It's like, oh, it'll look cool. Like, people won't fuck with you. It's like, yeah, but like, how many people actually fuck with me? I'm a pretty normal person. I don't look for fights, and I don't have a problem with people. I'm a diffuser of situations. I don't really need to be fucking like, oh, I don't fuck with him. It's like, I'm not even gonna put myself in the situation to be that dude.
Dreams are so weird. Like, is it just like, what side was it? The left
Left brain is like,
imagination.
it's like, yeah. I'll look it up because I was listening to this guy on YouTube, and he kept saying left brain, right brain, and it must be a term they use quite often. But I'm not very familiar with like the depth.
No,
of,
I'm
like,
pretty
what it
sure
means.
though there is a side.
Yeah, there
for what's
definitely
on
is,
what.
but I don't really know the detail of them.
Like, does it just, because obviously you need both during the day,
Yeah.
but is like the side that's using more imagination, does that just turn on like all engines firing? Because I have some wild dreams,
Yeah.
like very vivid dreams as well, like they're almost real. Like, where does that come from?
The unconscious.
But it's one thing to, I don't know, do shit and see it for like what it is and whatnot, like with your actual eyes being conscious. But with your eyes closed and everything and being in a dream, because when you close your eyes now, it's pretty fucking hard to picture like this table, these chairs, like my surrounding.
That takes practice. It's legit a skill.
But
Yeah.
when you're dreaming, that's not practice. That's just falling asleep.
Yeah, but that's because you let your subconscious take over. The thing is, when we're sitting here, we're thinking too much.
Yeah, but to actually be in a dream,
And create a story and all that
create
shit.
a story and actually remember like places
Yeah.
and like buildings and the actual like textures and shit like that,
Yeah.
and be able to like not only experience them but remember them, which is weird. It's like things you've never done, which you never will do, you experience.
Or maybe you did them. It's a different realm.
Well, maybe it is. Maybe the dream state is like another realm. I mean,
Well,
like
what is, as you say, what is real? Like,
I don't
dreams
know.
can be real.
I don't want to know. I'm just gonna keep going about my day until I fucking die.
Yeah, I just wait, bro. You're gonna be like a materialist. You're gonna be like, I don't give a fuck.
I wouldn't give a fuck. And if people were to even call, if I became like, if I was to get big, I would like buy just some like lavish shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
So
I would still, but like, I don't know, in moderation, I'd like to say.
Yeah.
Like, I'd buy some like top quality shit, like a nice car, some like nice jewelry and shit, clothes and whatnot.
Yeah. But there's a point of diminishing return for me. Like, it's just like,
Yeah, and if people are like, oh, you're materialistic, I wouldn't like, I feel even if so, I'd be like, I don't give a fuck.
yeah.
What does that mean?
Well,
So, oh, well, you're not going to be able to take anything of that like with you when you die. Cool, I'll experience it now, because I won't get to take it with me. I'll get to fucking have it all and fucking
True. You can't take it with you. Yeah,
So
that's why I'm
fuck.
fucking. That's why I've got it.
Yeah, exactly. Fucking.
Yeah. I've never thought of it that way.
That's I was just thinking about it the other day. I was like, fuck. Like, after we had that talk, like, if I was to get big, I'd like to do songs with like, I'd like to become friends with like musicians, actors, and like do little roles in movies, do like fucking bits in music, do fucking whatever, just explore. Like, that's how, I don't know, I see as being like, I don't know, a fulfilling life.
All right. Lay out, right? Pure, straight from the heart. Your sequence of like living your perfect life, and like what you'd want to be. So say like it doesn't have to be realistic. It may never happen, but like if you were to go, I want to do this and this and this and this and this. Like if you could be a god, like not a god, but like if you could just get everything you ever wanted and you could live it in a sequence, what would you do first, and then how would you lead it in? Like what would you be doing?
It always stems from the same shit.
Yeah.
Fighting.
Yeah. So you want to be UFC champion of the world.
Doesn't even have to be that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's very weird. Because when people talk about themselves in this way, it sounds very, like, self-centered.
No.
And, like...
The point is, from this one, it's just... This is, like, the childhood dream. You're not an adult right now, bro. You're coming at from, like, as a kid... Put yourself in that kid mindset of everything you ever wanted. What would you want, and how would you live your life to retirement? Like, what's the sequence, bro? Say realistic UFC champion. All right, then what? List it all, because then it helps it put in perspective.
Yeah, I'd just like to get big enough.
Yeah.
To be recognized by other people who are like at that level as well, or if not bigger.
What's the level though? When are you going to be satisfied? Because level is a weird thing.
It is.
Like, what level of success is achievable? I was thinking about this just the other day. Think about famous Australians, Hamish and Andy. And I was like, oh, they're not like Joe Rogan big. They're not like Joey Diaz big. You know what I mean?
Mm.
But Hamish and Andy have a really successful podcast. They're on Australian TV all the time. They do really well for themselves. Do they desire more, or are they satisfied with where they're
They
at?
would surely be satisfied. I would be satisfied with that. Like, if I
Yeah.
was like getting bank and shit like
The
that.
thing about as you start as a comedian, what do you want? You want to be a fucking...
The best of the best.
You want to be like a fucking Chappelle. You want to be a Burr. You want to be a fucking Carlin. Like that's the desire. So I wonder if what's the point? Like, he must have got to a point and went, I'm doing my TV show. I'm pretty well known in Australia. I got my podcast. I'm happy. That's where you stop. And you can just keep going if you want.
Yeah.
I just wonder, like, if I ever achieve my desires, where do I want to stop? Or maybe do something different? Because I'm pretty fickle. I'm manic with my decisions of shit.
That's why I would like to get big in something.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't... That's the thing. I would just want to get big enough in one thing...
To open doors.
That is not even necessarily to open doors, but to literally fuck around with the people who inspire others. Like, that's why I would like to, like, become friends with musicians, see how they make their craft, and like the best of the best, the people who are like Post Malone's, like, and I don't know, Migos, fucking Offset. Well, he's part of the fucking Migos. I don't know, fucking Trippie Redd. There's a million fucking rappers I could list, Drakes and all that shit.
Any academics?
Academics?
Yeah.
Joe Rogan. Any academics?
It's funny that we say as a joke. He pretty much is an academic at this point.
He fucking is. He's
The
like,
influence.
I'm a dumb piece of shit. No, he's not fucking.
He's so self-deprecating.
Yeah.
It keeps him humble. Because I feel like myself, he could have a massive ego, and that's how he retains it. Like, I see a lot of myself in him.
Academics. Oh, fucking Brian Cox.
Oh, yeah, he's amazing.
He's a fucking mad cunt. Even Neil deGrasse Tyson. Like, he comes across a bit arrogant, but...
You'd have to let him ramble.
Exactly. Like, I'd be happy to just listen to him.
You
like,
sit back.
Say some random fucking shit.
Yeah. What would be the question you'd ask him? That's always hard once you put yourself in the situation. What's the... Like, what do you ask him and not sound stupid and actually pique his interest? What happens when black holes collide? That's the first one.
That's a good one. I don't know. It'd be like simple shit. Like, is there a way you can calculate the possibility of like extraterrestrial life?
No. He just laughs at you. Can't imagine that.
Yeah, but then I'd be like, well, why no?
Yeah.
Has anybody tried it?
Yeah.
But obviously, if he said no, I'd be hesitant to say anything else because he'd just be like, I'd be like on the back foot, like,
Yeah.
well, you're a scientist. It's like highly like like got all these fucking like, achievements and like is acknowledged by like the whole world. I wouldn't want to fucking question anything they say.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. I'd love to make music, but I think I missed the boat in a weird way. Like, I didn't learn any instruments. I don't know music. I just have a feel, and everyone has a feel for music. Like, if you ever get successful enough, every person wants to make music. If you're creative, you know, everyone wants to do a whole bunch of shit.
that's the thing. I don't think I could ever make a song, but I think I could, like, as when I say make, I mean like produce.
Yeah.
But I reckon I could like throw down some lyrics on the track
Yeah.
for sure.
I think lyrics would be. I'd be a writer. That's probably the best I could do. Maybe sing. But
I'd definitely sing. Like, I'd just fucking practice the fuck out of fucking notes.
it'd have to be like. But I feel like a unique voice is better than a really good voice anyway.
Legit. I was
Kurt
gonna
Cobain.
like backtrack a second, but I'm pretty sure if I sing in the car long enough, I'll be alright. Yeah, and same goes with like actors. Make friends with fucking actors.
The more I think about acting, bro, I would love to act.
Bro, think about
Love
like-
to act.
Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
Well, I forget what movie he was playing a role in, like the name of the movie, but he was like, I think, a cancer patient, and there was like a little kind of behind the scenes doco on it, and that man is fucked.
Jim.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like when actors put themselves in characters, like outside of like acting and actually just doing it to, I guess, practice the role. He acted like a cancer patient for like weeks on end. Like, would get out of the bed like all fucking tired and crippled and fucking do all that shit.
That's an approach. I find it hard to mimic a cripple when you're not like that's a hard thing.
That's like almost insane to
Yeah.
put yourself in that mindset. Like, I've never felt this, but I've seen it and it looks fucking like horrific. I'm gonna try and mimic that as best as possible.
How do you maintain the mindset to want to do that for weeks?
Insanity, bro. Jim Carrey's like a bit cuckoo.
He's a bit cuckoo. That's what makes good actors and good artists.
Yeah, it was so weird. I remember like it's like famous, like the video, but he was at some show, and some lady said, "Oh, Jim Carrey, you're here," yeah. And then he's just like, "Am I? Are you here? Like, is this whole thing even real?" And she's just there like,
Yeah, he's had like a fucking existential crisis in the middle of an interview.
He's just like saying all this shit and then leaves like in the most awkward way. Like, says something real, like something awkward, and then just leaves. And
That's a
she's
goal
like,
of mine. If I ever make it, I just want to fucking wig the fuck out.
I need to like do something like that. Like I was saying, I said it. I'm pretty sure I said it before.
Yeah.
I just want to fucking like crash a car into another car,
Yeah.
get out the car,
And then walk away.
Just hear the screams of the other person.
Bro. I legit wigged out on the weekend. We went and watched the movie. We went and watched Fast and Furious 9. I was...
Rate that movie. I'll say in a bit, but continue.
You do rate it?
I rate it. I'll find it. Yeah, I'll explain it in a bit.
Everyone hated on it, and I was like, I left a review on Google, bro. That's how much that's how much I wanted to defend this movie. I rated it 4 stars, and I said, this movie is stupid and a far cry from what the original fans desired, but if you shift your perspective on what you expect from the movie and you look at it through the lens of a story about what trauma does to young boys, set in the setting of an action satire, you can enjoy the movie so much more. Like, you don't look at it like, as Tom fucking said 1,000 times, they used to sell CD players. Yeah, bro. They don't sell they don't steal CD players anymore. It's like, that doesn't fucking matter. Like,
where were they gonna go with from like then? They're just gonna steal something bigger.
exactly. But even like, it's Fast and Furious 9. They're that different. They're that stupid that maybe the director want to take a different turn with it. You know, they don't have to keep stealing CD players. I feel like if for whatever reason, I don't know, because I was baked, but I saw that movie as a satire. And I'm not sure if the director intended it as, or maybe I just turned it into one. But that movie was so over the top satirical, especially with the whole welcome.
You are there making that much noise?
Sorry, it's only my house.
Cameo.
Your house.
Cameo. What's it called? What's the
Say
word?
hi.
Oh.
Hi.
You know when you lose a word?
Oh, Chad.
What's the word? Appearance. Bro, that killed me just then. I was like, cameo. What were we saying?
Fast and Furious.
Yeah, I feel
What about
like, yeah, if it was a satire. Yeah, don't worry about it. Whatever.
I feel that if you haven't watched it and you're contemplating, like, going, oh, should I watch it? Like, everybody knows that the Fast and Furious movie is going to be shit because they've just been getting shit. Just go watch it, man. But don't come in with the mindset of,
It has to
like,
be good.
it's going to be about cars, like the first one kind of was. Because ever since, like, the first one, they've been drifting away from cars. They'll include sick cars, but it's not about cars. It's about family. It's about what they're doing, like, for the past couple of movies now, being spies. But I don't know how they got there.
Dumb.
It's so dumb, but the reason why I rate it so much is because the people who have written this movie have gone, okay, we're 9 movies deep. We're about to hit the 10th one, and then our contract expires. Like, we've, like, fulfilled the contract. What can we do to make this shit epic?
The 10th one's going to be insane.
They took it fucking overboards with this movie. Like, if you think that the last one was crazy, go watch this one and you'll be like, how the fuck did they come up with this shit?
Yeah.
Like, this is just something you would read in a fucking, I don't know, some fan fiction, like,
100%.
shit.
They legit grabbed a fan fiction and made it a movie. Like, a ridiculous... I'm going out on the whim here, and I'm saying they've turned the franchise into a satire because they've looked at themselves and they said, look how stupid we've got on this. Fuck it. Let's go balls to the walls, make the dumbest
That's
movie
exactly
ever.
what they've done.
And people will go, it's not even about cars anymore. Yeah, bro, it doesn't have to be. They've realized how stupid it is, and they're not going to... If they go back to cars, everyone's going to be like, it's not good enough. So they went, fuck it, we're going to space,
Bro? Yeah, spoilers. Oh.
Whatever. It would have been in the fucking trailer.
It's so ridiculously crazy that, like, that they have acknowledged that they're 9 movies deep, that they made the characters in the movie acknowledge how crazy it is. One of the characters, is it Tyrese or Tyrell?
Yeah. He was good though. He's one of the best actors in
Yeah,
the whole thing.
he's so funny. He is in the movie is acknowledging that they are basically invincible.
Yeah.
Because he's like, I don't even have a scar to show for, like, the amount of, like, bullshit we've been through.
Yeah.
Like, don't you guys think, like, maybe we're invincible or some shit like that? Like, that's fucking hilarious when you're watching that.
His whole arc is realizing he's a god and everyone else around him is a god, and he's just like dealing with that the whole movie. And it actually plays a role in the success of the end mission, and you're like, fuck, that was actually pretty like that. People just hated on it immediately. People just wanted to hate the movie.
Yeah.
Like, I remember I explained that to my dad, and he's just like, stupid. I'm like, that's actually a really from my perspective, that's a really interesting way to go with the story.
It is.
Especially when they acknowledge how stupid it is. And that makes me confirm it's a satire, bro. The way it was shot as well, the intro scene was so deep and heavy, and then it's just like Vin Diesel crying. Bro, oh my god, I almost lost my shit. Bro, when Vin Diesel's like adult and he's like in the darkness, and there's just like there's like an upshot of Vin Diesel just, and I just pictured this like, I was hoping it was going to get meme, just sad Vin Diesel. Just a meme, just sad Vin Diesel. And they just put that on shit. But, you know.
Make it our merch.
Legit sad Vin Diesel merch.
Yeah, fucking...
Yeah,
The movie was crazy.
As you said, don't go in with the expectation. Go in with the expectation that it's a joke.
Yeah.
And you'll enjoy it.
Go with the expectation that you already have. That it's going to be fucking over the top.
Yeah.
Because it is, and it's so funny. Like, it's so fucking dumb. But
And it's like how I went into Godzilla. It's just like, I'm not expecting a story. I'm expecting sensory overload, loud noises, big smash, good CGI. Like, I'm not going in there for a masterpiece. I don't need a masterpiece.
yeah,
And through that low expectation, it shocks me. I was like, oh my God. I'm not even sure if they're taking a jab at how stupid the movie is, but it seems like they are.
they are.
And if they're not, they're in deep. Like if they don't realize how stupid it is, they're in so deep. But they're not. They obviously know.
Oh, spoilers for the very end part of the movie. You want to fry your fucking brain, like
No.
keep-
Oh, you said
I
spoilers.
did say spoilers, so if you're gonna complain and be like, "Oh, why'd you say it?"
Spoilers,
you're just gonna
spoilers,
shit on the
spoilers.
movie anyways
Yeah.
because before you like heard our opinions, and now you're gonna be, "Oh, okay, that's right. We're your dads. Listen."
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Last 10 seconds. Fucking guess what car shows up? A fucking GTR. Who else was driving that fucking car?
Just quietly.
It's just, it goes from the house onto the street and a fucking GTR just, and then just pulls into the fucking driveway and movie. It's like, you're kidding. How are they going to bring this motherfucker back? He's literally 6 foot under right now.
And then every cunt in the fucking movie is just like, oh, no way. And then it cuts, bro. You're like, they better. Here's what I want from 10. I want them to have Jesus Christ come down from heaven and tell them that Satan is going to invade Earth for the fucking revelation. The Earth is ending. And they need Paul Walker, Vin Diesel, and the family to defend Earth with the 4 horsemen of different, and they're all Dodge demons, bro.
Fucking what
the
is it?
devil's driving a stick shift gun.
Fucking,
They're all immortal. Yeah.
what would that be a great lead into one of Vin Diesel's movies? It's like, that's the end of Fast and Furious 10. It's like,
Riddick.
the beginning of Riddick. That's what I was going to say.
I'd
It's the
love that.
wasteland.
I'd love that. It's just like,
Riddick is like immortal, like Vin Diesel.
well, I actually hope they follow through. I hope, fuck everyone else who wants it to be a car movie still. Go
you.
fuck yourself.
It's been gone since like fucking number 1.
I want them to say fuck you to those guys, 2 fucking middle fingers to the face, and go, we're turning this into a sci-fi fucking god movie where the Fast and Furious crew become fucking
Avengers.
Avengers. Oh my god, bro. Could you imagine if they legit just become a spin-off Fast and Furious Avengers?
That'd be like a rip off Marvel. That'd be funny as fuck.
And it became a full-blown satire. And they fought the devil and
my
his army,
God.
bro.
That'd be like, I was saying
Flying
that to my
cars.
workmate today. That'd be like an instant like classic,
Right.
of, like stupid movies you'd watch when you get high.
That would be so funny. They
Oh my
need to do
God.
that. It would get more watchers than any other movie. Because
Oh,
people are like,
definitely.
do you hear about the new Fast and Furious movie? They're legit gods and they fight the devil. They'd be like, what? I
People are
need
like,
to watch
"I'm
this.
Getting cooked. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what needs to happen. I have a strong feeling they're going to go in that direction.
I hope they do.
If what I saw was legit real, because I was high as fuck and I don't know if it was real. I hope so.
What?
I was high as fuck. I don't know if it was a satire or not. But you were sober, and that's what you thought.
Okay. What is satire?
Satire. So right, it's like intentionally overplaying a cliche. You know, like action
Oh, yes.
movie montages,
Yes.
and it's just like the '80s montages, and then they make fun of them in like the
Yes,
present
it was
day.
completely that.
Oh, fucking oath. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, definitely. It was so over the
Too-
top, ridiculous,
And
like-
obvious that they were joking on it. They were
Yeah.
fucking pranking it.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. So many of the boys were just like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah.
They
everybody
missed
was
the
like,
whole joke.
Man, it's not even about the cars, man. It hasn't been about the cars, man.
Anyway.
Since fucking like I said, number 1.
To bring this back all the way back, bro. Talking about me wigging out in the line because I was high as fuck, and the line to get shit when you're out of your mind is very strenuous.
Kev asks me every time.
What to get shit for you?
And I'm like, nah, man, you gotta fucking man up. And eventually Kev just goes, alright, man.
No. What happened was I said, "Don't worry, Kev. I'll got you. What do you want?" And he's just like, "That's right, man. I'll get it."
No, that's because I'd already said to him, and then he's like, no, it's alright.
No, okay. But yeah, because it stresses me out. I got to the line and I held it together so long. I was like, I'll get a medium combo with a choc top. play it cool. And then I said, you know what, I'll get some Snickers pods. And on the way over for her to get the pods, bro, my eyes just glaze over. I'm high as fuck. And I'm just standing there with my hands up, just like looking at the counter, bro, like down. And then she's just like, that's yada, yada, yada. I was like, oh, yeah. I pay, bro. And then as soon as I pay, I pull my hand back and I'm just staring, bro, at the ground, just looking. And then I realize I've been standing there for ages. And I just like realized, I'm like, I've been here for so long. So let me get my shit and walk away. And I look at her and she's been like looking at me, bro. I was there for so long. I was just standing there.
You don't remember what happened?
No. I was just standing in the line, wasn't I? What happened?
Your card got declined twice. You, this was you.
Fuck off.
This was you, right?
Yeah.
I will have evidence to show you.
Yeah.
Because you were like this. You went,
Oh, no.
"Deet," and then it was like declined. And you're like, oh, shit. Oh, deet. And then it was
Oh, I
like,
do
"Nah,
remember this,
declined
yeah.
again." And then you're like, oh, hold on. And then you just like try to open your phone and like get a new card. And I just went, deet.
Oh,
And
yeah,
the
you
fuck
locked
up,
me in.
cunt.
And I said, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Yeah. Oh, what the fuck? I'm glad you jogged my
No.
mind.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, but I remember just wigging out in front of her. And she just looked at me. And I was just like, oh, that sucks. But what are you going to do about it? I had a great time
They
after
get
that.
put cunts in there all the time.
Yeah, they must know, oh, they're harmless.
Oh,
So.
100%.
Like, all I want is food. I wish you just didn't have to talk. Isn't it weird that talking to human beings is like one of the hardest things to do? Like, a register is hard. But you know what I do to like trick myself? I go, they are like NPCs in a video game. I am purchasing goods. Like, that's how I rationalize it to get through it. I'm like, this person's job is to serve me. This is their job. I am a customer. I just ask for it. They bring it. I pay for it with money. And I'm just like, very nice. Like, that is how I can't go further than that. Keep it simple. I don't stress out. It's a vendor. Let me buy.
Well, I haven't had to buy anything public high for so long. I think I've only done it once.
Oh, it's so stressful.
Oh, bro.
Because you look at them as human beings, not as your servants. So you're just like, you're like, oh, you're a person, and I want to like find out about you, and this isn't a good format to like talk to you.
Oh, no, that wasn't even me.
Really?
Like, the first time I did it. It was like the first time me and old mate got fucking cooked. I'm not sure if you were there as well.
Yeah.
But we went to the Caltex in fucking Narellan, just down the road there.
Yeah.
And it was like fucking 12 or something at night. And we just walked in there. And this guy, he seemed like a nice guy and everything. Like he was like white guy with like a bunch of tattoos. And like...
Cashier, you mean?
Yeah. And he was just like, cool about it. He was like, hey, how's the night going? Yada, yada, yada. That. More talkative than like usual.
Yeah.
Like then, and I know it wasn't just me being high. And then I left. And then Chris gets out there. I'll bleep the name. Because he's like a bit sus about this shit.
Alright.
Being out.
Yeah.
Yeah, he walks out after me and goes, cunt. That guy was like, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure he was like, something sus, man. Like, I got bad vibes. Like, what do you mean? He's like tattoos on him and everything. Like, devil shit, man.
He just judged you straight
Yeah.
up.
I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't think it was that bad. But Chris was like, oh, nah.
That's why I wonder, like, people's vibes. Like, how much of your vibes is just absolute bullshit? Caught bad vibes, bro. How much of that is just like your prejudice, your rubbish, you know, that you brought into the situation? Because I rarely feel bad vibes to people, and probably just don't look for it.
Yeah, I never really get bad vibes
It's just like behavior I witness
on people.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's usually like not even bad. I feel like when I say bad vibes, I get like a gut feeling. That's what I get from when I say bad vibes. But usually when I'm talking to someone, I just think, that's when I'll get a bad vibe on someone. I'll just be like, okay, I will not be friends with this person.
Yeah. I love talking to someone when you immediately click.
Mm.
It's so rare, but when it happens, it is pure. Just I don't have to stress.
Mm.
You with me? The worst is when you get someone who's fronting. They're really like they're wearing a mask, real deep.
Yeah.
Lots of levels to it. You're just like, oh, I'm in a labyrinth of your personality right now. I can't be fucked to deal with that. Parties, it happens a lot. But you know what's good about being high as fuck at a party?
What?
You're fucking free, bro. It's so weird, bro. You're just like, I feel like a scientist running around a fucking lab, bro. I'm just like, ooh, let me run over and talk to a bunch of different people, bro. It fills me with joy to be high as fuck and talk to strangers or like distant friends, like friends. And I'll be like, oh, hey man, how you going? And like really find out about them and like just see who they are and shit. I fucking love it, bro. See, like, it's hard to explain, but it's a lot of just like subliminal behavioral shit that I like to. I see more of it when I'm high.
Mm.
Yeah, which when I say out of my mind, it's probably not a good expression for people who don't know what being high is. You're not out of your mind. It's more, I just feel like hyper aware. And then it turns into paranoia. But it's good. Paranoia is good in the right scenario.
Mm. Yeah, I guess that's also like a good thing about being high and being paranoid when you're like out in public as well.
Makes you
because
deal with it.
you're cautious.
Yeah.
Like of like strangers and like your surroundings. Where those like not I feel like whenever I talk about alcohol I'm always throwing shade at it.
Yeah.
But like as opposed to being drunk where it's the complete opposite and you're just like, I don't give a fuck. Which is like alright to be in. But yeah, being high and paranoid I feel like is a bit more beneficial. Although not in the moment. It's definitely not because you're like, what the fuck? But
you know what that is? That's just social anxiety. Like, weed doesn't cause it; it brings it out. You know what I mean? Like, it makes you hyper aware. So that means those underlying anxieties are just pulled out of you. And bro, the difference between me addressing that problem when I'm high has had such a turnover to when I'm sober with dealing with people and talking to people. Because I like. Get high, I couldn't, like, you can't go into a pub. I remember I fucking bitched out so hard going to the pub once. And it was just scary, like, seeing all those people. But that's, like, what I lived with, sort of, like, deep down when I'm sober. And then you just, through being high, putting that high stress, you rationalize it, you deal with it. And then you have a new outlook. It's so hard to explain. I'm really, like, I'm not satisfied with how I'm speaking today. I feel like slow.
thanks.
What?
You know what? Whenever you say that,
What?
it's like you're taking the biggest shit on me right now.
No, I'm sorry.
Because it's like you're not fucking up at all. And you're like, I don't know, man. When I talk and I'm trying to explain something, the viewers will back me up on this. I sound like a cooked cunt. I botch everything. I say it back to front. And then I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. And you're just like, I don't know. You don't have to stress about talking.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
You're fluent in English.
You're right. Well, I hope you don't feel that. I feel bad that you feel that way.
No, I don't.
Well, you sort of do.
Over-exaggerating.
Yeah,
But
over-exaggerating.
whenever you go, I fucked up, I'm like,
you're like, shut the fuck up.
you fucked up.
Yeah.
Cunt.
I know what you mean. Yeah, it's just the critical mind, you know. It is what it is. I just compare myself to myself. Like, I don't judge you at all with our podcast. Like, I don't... Whatever you do, I have no problem because that's you being you. So I'm never going to judge you for how you speak or whatever. Like, I don't give a fuck. I judge myself. I'm my biggest critic, you know. So don't judge. I'm not judging you by me saying I'm bad because I don't judge you like that. I judge you other ways, bro. Like,
Put that on a shirt.
yeah.
I'm my biggest critic.
That's like, it is the most fucking wanker thing to say, but it's true.
Yeah.
It's important though.
Yeah, it's good to kind of be like that though.
It's exhausting, but it's a good trait to have.
Yeah.
I'm lucky to have it in a way. Because it means I'm always improving. Like, you're self-critical when you lie in bed, you're like, fuck, all the shit I fucked up.
Oh. I don't have that much, but because I'm always on fucking like Netflix or something trying to watch a movie.
Mm.
You know what's weird?
What?
Dwayne Johnson.
Why?
I was watching G.I. Joe, right?
Mm.
Me and Ling watched the first one.
Mm.
And Channing Tatum's like the lead role, like kind of like basically the main character of the
Yeah.
first one. And then the second one comes in, and Channing Tatum's like the captain, then Rock's like his second man, and like they portray that like at the beginning they have like a real tight bond, like they're brothers.
Yeah.
And like they're at each other's house playing COD and all that. Like that's how much they're trying to get it across to you. And like half an hour in, they finish like a little mission, and then they're just waiting for like evac, which is going to be in like I don't know a day or something like that. And they get into a firefight, and Channing Tatum just gets blown up.
Would you?
And then
Do you
Rock-
like Channing Tatum at that point? You'd be like, oh, this guy's a mad guy.
I was like, okay, cool. He's going to be like in this movie, and they're going to be running shit. I've never seen like Dwayne Johnson be like second.
Yeah, in command.
Yeah, in command, like blown up in the first half an hour.
Mm.
Who takes charge? Dwayne The Rock Johnson, bro.
Yeah.
I was like, is that how? That's how big he is. That he signs on a role that another like A-list celebrity is playing. That they get him in and they just go, all right, let's just kill off so and so because we've got Dwayne The Rock Johnson in here. Like, that's how big he is.
His draw is crazy to me. Like, you know what it is? It's just the mass, bro. It's just they always needed just a big heavy man. John Cena, Vin Diesel, Batista. The
But no
Rock.
one tops The Rock.
No, The Rock is The Rock for a reason.
Like, how old is he? 50 something?
Yeah,
And he's just getting bigger.
and he's a good actor.
Yeah, like
Which
he's, that's a completely separate thing. Him physically. Every time I fucking see him, he's bigger and he's older. It's like that shouldn't be happening.
Yeah. What also hurts my brain is how Vin Diesel has been so successful.
Yeah,
Like the cunt
I won't
doesn't
lie.
speak. Oh, this is family. Like, what the fuck? That's all he does. I am
Don't
Groot.
shit on Vin Diesel, man.
Seriously,
Triple X was good.
we're in a simulation.
Not really.
Because what the fuck is this guy doing on all these movies? He got such good movies, like XXX. What a great fucking movie.
It's so bad.
Longboards
If
and
you
shit.
are cooked out of your mind and you want to watch a movie, watch Triple X.
It's a
It'll
fantastic
just be
movie.
straight up stunts on replay
Yes.
for nearly 3 hours.
With a sick soundtrack, and Vin Diesel is pretty cool to watch though. He's not a good actor, but he's pretty cool to watch. There's a few scenes in between it all where you have no clue what's going on. There's like people, bro. There was that scene where there's like that like typical scene of government headquarters. People just walking around, talking, and then Triple X going, don't worry about it. There's like that second guy in charge who's like the head, and he's trying to like tell him what to do. And he's like, and then like the general goes, you don't know who this guy is. And then he's just like, yeah, you don't know who he is. You gotta follow my orders. I follow my own rules. And then cuts to him just on a fucking push bike, getting blown up and shit. Like,
Oh, and when I say stunts on replay, I mean he jumped over a barn house on a motorbike in the dark and explosions went up. They literally had about 20 angles. They slow-moed like 5 or 6 of them, and they fucking just kept replaying the fucking stunt.
but
Just
you know,
him going over a barn house.
but you know the good thing is that's what they were proud of. Like, there were actual stunts, which is what I actually liked. This is what I properly liked about the movie. They put some serious effort into the stunts.
But like, cool, much appreciated. But you don't need a fuck, because that's not the only time they did it. They did it with like that was the stunt where I was like, okay, how many fucking times do they have to replay something that has explosions in it?
Yeah.
That's what like did it for me. I was like, I can't do this this movie anymore. It's just explosions, and then out of nowhere, he's talking to some bad guy, and they're getting information. What's that? You've just realized that they're talking. Explosions again. Oh, it's It's not. It's like the most cooked movie to watch cooked because, oh,
But yeah, for the first 15 minutes, you're like trying to figure out what's happening. You're like, I have no idea what's happening. I have no idea what's happening. And then you're like, 5 minutes, you're like, and then you eventually let it go and you just allow the movie to wash over you. And then it's a good
I
experience.
have come back around, but I think we need a complete fucking Triple X 2 with fucking Ice Cube.
Yes! We did watch that, hey. We need to
No.
watch that. Ice Cube's going to make it so much better. Hey, motherfucker. Triple X. Yeah. They can have like the black spin to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Get your bitch ass out here. And you're like, okay, this is black
Punk
Triple X right now.
motherfucker.
I love how like they just introduce Ice Cube and he's just like the most black guy you've ever met in every fucking movie.
That's so weird. It's like Ice Cube. Oh, he's an actor. He fucking sung on the track or rapped on the track. Fuck the police.
Yeah.
Like he was part of the rap group NWA,
Mm.
and now he's just like in what's that movie he was fucking in? It was like a family friendly movie. It's like some Christmas one. Oh, I can't remember.
21 Jump Street
It's
is
like-
pretty good.
Oh, you there? Oh, bro, that's
That's a great movie.
That's a fucking
21 and 22 Jump Street are both good movies.
yeah. Jonah Hill is such a funny actor.
Jonah Hill is amazing.
Fucking yeah. Can we
Super
like
bad.
get cooked soon and go somewhere?
What?
Can we get cooked soon and go somewhere?
What do you mean?
Because I want to watch bloody Lord of the Rings, but we've booked that in for when we fucking get cooked. Because Finn was just like, nah, man, nah.
Well, yeah, we can just do it then. You organise it, Habibi, if you want to go.
No, I don't want to. I just want to watch the movie. But
You
every
s-
time I'm like, oh,
let's watch Lord of the Rings.
yeah.
All right, let's watch
Nah,
Lord of the
wait,
Rings.
just wait till we're fucking cooked.
It will be worth it. Let's just wait.
Have you seen it, Bart?
Yeah.
You've seen it. See, I just want to fucking see it.
You've never seen Lord of the Rings?
No. And as soon as I brought up like, oh, I might watch Lord of the Rings, I was talking to the boys about it. No, I watch it cooked, cunt. It'll be the best fucking thing you've ever seen. Oh, bro.
It's... People hype it up a lot. But it's good.
Yeah.
You won't regret. It's a good movie. I just never followed the story enough. I just remember the fighting scenes. I don't know any of the story. Like I never got into it.
Mm.
What's my movie series? I don't even have a movie series that I'm
John
really
Wick.
into. John Wick. But like, what's like a proper like Lord of the Rings goes for
Or
hours
like
and hours.
proper storyline.
Harry Potter, Star Wars, like that shit. Like I don't know what my niche is. Probably Harry Potter's the most I've gotten into like a movie series. I like Harry Potter.
Fucking hell. What about TV series? You don't even watch
No,
them,
I
eh?
can't handle TV series. It goes for too long. Can't hold my
I
attention.
fucking love them.
Yeah.
I've watched fucking Brooklyn Nine like twice. Rewatched it.
Oh, how?
All episodes. Rewatched them twice. Except for I think the last season they released because that was a bit dog shit.
I can't. My brain can't handle it.
Rick and Morty?
How many times you watch that?
Don't know.
I watched it twice.
I don't know. That's how many times I've watched it.
Yeah. I have to really like something to watch it
Oh
twice.
my
Like
God.
a series, I have to love it. Like Rick and Morty is like the only series I've watched twice. I didn't even finish Midnight Gospel, and I really liked it.
Midnight Gospel. You haven't finished that.
I haven't finished
Just
it,
finish
and
it,
I really
man.
liked it. I watched the Mum one. That's the last one. I think I missed like 2 episodes. But I Peaky Blinders still my
Bro.
favorite series to this day. Haven't finished it.
Same.
I've done three seasons.
I remember I fell off and then I watched. Oh, I think it was like season. What season are they up to now? Like, I think it might have been 4 or 5. And I watched halfway through the first one, and I just went, not today. And I haven't gone back to it since. And I like the fucking show.
It's a good movie. It's a good show.
Yeah.
You know what you'd like? BoJack Horseman.
I don't know.
You see it? I said the same thing. Like fuck that show. It's pretty decent. It's about he's like narcissistic as fuck, and it's about like a failed movie star dealing with like fame and like losing fame in Hollywood, and he's rich as fuck. It's really interesting, and he has like a book written about him, and he's
a horse.
a horse. Yeah, it goes. It's like set in like a
Yeah, right.
animal human universe, but it is pretty. It's relatable, and oh, bro, there's one scene in it where they're talking about people who moved to LA. And he's talking to this. He goes like to a flashback, and he's talking to this deer who's like his mate's girlfriend, but his mate turns out to be gay, right? But he's talking to his mate's girlfriend, and she was talking about if things had been different and he'd met her first, would they have ever gotten together? And he said, I don't know. And she said, no, I don't think we would have, because you're a coward. That's what she said to him. She said, you wouldn't have approached me. And he's just like, you're probably right. And then I was like, anyway, right? Like, that hit me hard. I'm like, fuck.
Well, that was it.
Yeah, no, but she's like, they just had like a deep chat after this.
Oh.
But that, just to touch on that, that's so true.
Mm.
I feel like that. Like, fuck, I need to like go harder at shit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be a coward. I don't want to let fear conquer my desire. You know, fuck that. But anyway, they're talking about how they have these tar pits. They're looking at these tar pits, and she was talking about how when people go to LA, they go into LA and they seek out the dream of LA, and it's like the tar pits. Once they're in too deep, they don't know they can go back. And he's just like, yeah, fuck. And he's just like talking to her, and she goes, oh, I'm moving back to my hometown in like the forest or whatever the fuck she was to live in the like nature. And she has a house and shit. And then at the end, like the season, he has like a massive bender, and he like takes a bunch of drugs, bro. And he has like a full like fucking DMT trip. And in the middle of it, he's with the girl, and he lives a whole life with the deer. And if he'd left Hollywood with her, bro, and he's talking to her, and they're like living a life, and they have a daughter, and they're playing in the dam with the daughter, and then eventually they're sitting on the lawn chairs, and the daughter's got a boyfriend, and they're talking, and she's like, I don't like that he rides a motorcycle, and he's like, just let her go, you know, she's getting older. And they hug, and then they go back inside, and the daughter drives off with the boyfriend, and they're sitting there, and he's cuddling her, and she's just like, and she goes, it's sad. She goes, what's sad? It's like, it's sad that you never get to live this life. And then he just sits there, and he opens his eyes, and he's stuck in the tar pit. He's like, I can't get out, because he's too deep, bro. He just realized he's stuck before too late, because that's what he said. You realize you're stuck too late, and you realize you can't get out, and you're stuck there. And he wakes up in his bed alone in Hollywood, depressed as fuck, out of a bender. And he's like, oh, it's too late. As soon as I saw that, I was like, oh, I hope that doesn't happen in my life. I hope I don't wake up and go, what the fuck?
Fuck that.
I've done everything wrong.
That'd be fucking ass. Yeah. One day I'll go to Peru.
That's been like, the more you think about psychedelics, the more it's like, I'm so much more hesitant about them. So
Bro,
much more.
you don't understand.
Yeah. Like, extremely careful. I don't think they get the respect. People say they do. They don't get the respect they deserve.
But that's the thing. It's also what you want from what you expect is going to happen in the trip is probably what you're going to get. But I feel like if you do it enough times, you're eventually going to be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, because you go into the unconscious like that.
Consciously.
You drag out all of that shit, and then you just got it there on your head, all this knowledge, and you have to just deal with it. And then you have to create a conscious landscape to deal with the newfound knowledge, and that takes a long time. And if you keep doing the drugs, you then get too much of that knowledge, and you don't have any structure or framework to deal with that, and then boom, your life collapses in on itself. You get delusional. Like, that isn't told enough.
Yeah.
People just take them for fun. It's just like, fuck me. They don't even know what door they're opening. They don't even know what the fuck they're doing. There's nothing more intense in this life than that. Besides like a severely addictive drug, like ice or something, to get caught up in ice is probably worse. But in terms of like a perspective alterer, that is the big... You're legit asking for a radical shift in the way you think.
If I can convey like one thing to fucking people who haven't done shit like psychedelics, fucking do your research. And be prepared for the unexpected.
Mm.
Don't think it's just some party drug. It's definitely fucking not.
Yeah, and it's like if you're happy, it's like that's a good place to be. And if you're happy and you don't want to change and you don't want to like grow, you're happy where you're at. Don't take them. Don't take them.
That's just a book you're probably never gonna open.
You don't need to open it if you don't feel like you need to. If you don't feel like you want to do it, just don't do it. If you don't feel like you need to do it.
Yes, sir.
But if you're like us and we're just curious and we're just like blind to our curiosity, like you just do it because even though you're happy, you want knowledge, you want fucking experience, you want adventure. And that's a fucking trap.
Trap.
It's a trap, but it's also good. Like I don't regret anything.
Yeah, like you can't. Like you're fucking here now, you can't regret. You just gotta move fucking forward.
But you kind of wish, but you can't have this understanding without doing it, which is the dilemma. It's the paradox of it all.
It's like I'm thankful for the information I've been shown, but sometimes when it gets real heavy, I just want to fucking turn back time and maybe not take that fucking.
Yeah, you have that perspective. I don't have that perspective.
I do.
I'm glad I've taken the turn I have.
Just to be like, what's it like to experience the mind before and then after?
It'd be, you know what it'd be? It'd be all the same shit. You just would have a slower mind, like less racing thoughts, and you'd have like, I feel like you'd have less control of your outcome in life. Because when you do psychedelics, it releases the box from around your head and allows you to like truly decide what you want in life.
Yeah.
It like lots of people get this understanding through like meditation and the process of manifestation. That whole idea becomes really real to you when it's through like psychedelics. Like if you want something, you legit just go and do it. And that doesn't make sense to a lot of people. But when you literally, as the term says, one foot in front of the other, you just start fucking going out to the steps to get shit. That's like a deep understanding that some people are born with. I wasn't born with it. So yeah.
Turn that want into a need.
Yeah, but no. It's an hour and a half, bro. Call it.
Fucking oath, can.
Alright.
Fucking Jesus Christ, bro.
Working
Just
hard,
wants to
mate.
be fucking in the podcast. You can just ask.
He's begging for us to ask him to come on.
Just like you. You can just ask, and we might throw you in. Enter this week's competition at our Instagram page.
Instagram page, we don't have one.
We don't have one.
We don't have an Instagram
Alright,
page.
well, never mind. You don't get to fucking come on.
Email us if you made it this far. Email us.
Yeah, not to come on the show, but to just throw in a question.
Or to come on the show. But we might just say no.
Well, yeah. Probably going to be a no. But, thanks for listening. I'm always going to be searching for ways to end this podcast and get to the same fucking spot and just pause and think of something to do. I need to have this fucking pop lock and ready to fucking go. Say something, but it's never going to fucking hit that point. Got anything to say? Tofu. Useless.
And fuck your ass.